Hey, what is going on guys, this is Tharshey and today we're back with another Game of Thrones Conquest video. And in today's video I'm actually just going to be doing a guide for beginners to the game. So when I first started this game, I made a whole bunch of mistakes. I did a bunch of things that I probably could have done a lot better and would have saved me a lot of gold, a lot of resources, and in the end would have just helped me accomplish my goals much quicker and allowed me to upgrade much faster to higher keep levels, etc. So I'm just going to go over a bunch of things that if you're new to the game or you're starting off in a new kingdom, you must make sure to do. And in this way you'll maximize your resource usage as well as your gold usage. Anyway, if you guys do enjoy the video, please do drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do when you start playing this game is you're probably going to start training soldiers and you're going to be wondering, how the food and how all of that works. So let me explain this because I had a lot of doubts when I first started and it took a bit of time before I actually understood it. So when you're training soldiers, they consume food and you have a storehouse which protects your food and your resources as well. So if you check your storehouse, mine protects 520,000 wood and food, 86,600 stone, and 21,600 iron. So that means if you have less than that amount or that amount exactly, no matter what happens, you can't have those resources raided or stolen from you. Now troops consume food, so if you click here, it will show you your wood income, your stone income, your iron income, and your food income per an hour, and then it shows estimated upkeep. So estimated upkeep is the total amount of food per an hour that your troops will consume. So if you click on this, it shows you how much of food each of your farm produces, and if you have bonuses, it'll show you bonuses as well and how much food you get from those bonuses. So my food income is 30,000 an hour, my estimated upkeep is 145,000 an hour at the moment, and that's just because a whole bunch of my troops are currently in my tents being healed. If they were up, it would probably be more like 200,000 an hour. So you're probably saying, if your upkeep is so much more than your income, how the heck do you get big armies? Thing is, food income, estimated upkeep literally does not matter, okay? When you're training troops, you can train as much as you want. Just always make sure you don't open your boxed items. So for example, if you have millions of food boxed, you don't want to just come and open all of this. You keep this and you only open them when you have an upgrade ready to go. Otherwise you keep all your food away and you keep your food low. That way it doesn't matter, even if you have 1 million troops, 2 million troops, they will all be they'll all be kept safe. They won't starve to death or anything. You won't lose troops to not having enough food for upkeep. Instead, they will just stay there and they won't consume anything. Like right now I have 265,000 out of my protected amount of 540k, so I'm not losing any troops to upkeep. I'm not losing any food to upkeep, and I'm not losing any troops due to starvation or anything, as that is not a factor in this game. So that is for the first and one of the most important things to know. If you train troops, does not matter how much of food or how much of upkeep it's going to cost you, because in the end you're going to go above it, and that's where a lot of a person's power comes from as well. So don't bother with food, just keep it below your protected amount and you will be fine. Now the second thing is obviously your storage tents and your healing tents and your war camps. So war camps basically determine how much of troops you can actually train every time, as well as the training speed. So if you see, let's just say I want to train some mounted champions, so I can train a max of 918. When you start, you'll probably only be able to train maybe 50 or 60 or something, but as you get more war camps and you upgrade them to higher levels, you'll be able to train more and more troops, as well as the troop training speed will increase. So that is also something you must know. Then your mines and your so I have sawmills, I have farms, I have mines for iron, and I have stone quarries for stone. They basically, if you're gonna rely on them for resources, you're gonna be poor the entire game, because they just don't give you enough to actually upgrade anything in a sufficient amount. So yeah, they just there for just getting a little bit every now and then, but don't really bother with them, okay? If they're low, it doesn't matter. If they high, that's good for you, but you're gonna get most of your resources from raiding, from events, and from creating alt accounts. I do have a separate video about that you can check out. And yeah, now onto another thing. So your healing tents. You're probably like, what the heck are healing tents? So basically, if you are defending your keep, someone attacks you, right? And your army is at home. If you have 100,000 space in your healing tents and you have 200,000 units, and let's say all your units get wounded or die, right? So your top 100,000, so it starts from your highest tiers. So let's say you have tier 5s or 6s, your tier 6s, then your tier 5s and 4s in order of precedence will be sent to your healing tents when wounded, and they will be healed first, and anything after. So once your healing tents are full, so remember, you have 100,000 healing capacity and you have 200,000 troops. Once 100,000 troops are hurt and they sent to your tents, the other 100,000 will die. And that is going to lead us on to our next points. But before we get there, just remember, anything above your healing capacity that's wounded will die in a defense. If you're attacking and your troops die, or so let's say you attack and some of your troops die, then they will die. They won't go to your healing tents, as they will just be dead. Only troops that are hurt or wounded in combat go to healing tents. So let me actually just go to, okay, I think I have a siege result where I actually lost a bunch of troops. Let's just check. Okay, if I go up more, maybe, let's see. Nope. Nope. Okay, it's none of these. But let's see, is it this one? Yeah, so as you can see, I had 48,000 troops defending my seat of power, which was Skyreach, and 48,819 were wounded, remaining 173. All of those that were hurt were then sent to my healing tents, which I am actually now healing. So yeah, and just remember, healing bulls cost a lot. So I will show you guys a way to, lessen that later on. Anyway, let's get on to our next point of interest. So that is your breakdown of your power. So if you click on your power, it will show, so I have 3 million power. Now if I look at this, it will give me a complete breakdown of how my power is actually added up. So my building power, which is basically any building you upgrade. So if I upgrade this, it will increase my power by a bit. So maybe my power will go up by a couple hundred or maybe a couple thousand. So that's building power. Research power comes from doing research in your Maester Tower. So whenever you do research here, every time you complete a research tier, it will increase your power. Troop power comes from the amount of troops you have. So currently, these are the troops I have alive, and as you can see, so my 30,000 tier 6 infantry and my 45,000 tier 1s in total give me 330,000 power. So that's how troop power is calculated. Then if we look at gear power is the item set you wear. So my current item set, this is just to help me in combat, and if each item set gives you different bonuses and stuff. So this one gives me troop bonuses, infantry attack, ranged attack, and siege attack and stuff. So that is what your gear power is. Title power comes from the title you have. So right now I have Warden of the Prince's Pass because I took over and conquered Skyreach. So that gives me a little bit of power. It doesn't really give you that much, but it's something. Dragon talent power comes from your dragon talents. So if you go to your dragon and you go dragon and then you go talents, whenever you feed your dragon, you earn talent points, which you can then put into research. So if you have enough, you'll upgrade this a few, and then it gives you 1,000 power for each talent point invested. So that's how talent points work. If we go and look again, next we have dragon power. That's just based on the level of your dragon. Then we have armory power. Armory power is basically when you're crafting equipment and stuff, if you have extra stuff or spare stuff and you put it in your armory. So let's just wait for my armory to load. Okay, so as you can see, my Blackwater Defender armory, these are all extra items I decided to put here. If you meet the stats, which is above 2 legendary, above 4 fine, and above 6 common, then they will give you bonuses. So as you can see, I have met these stats, and because of this I get an extra mod size, extra troop defense, and extra cab defense. And that gives me power, which goes towards my armory power. So all of those added together gives you your total power, and that's how power is calculated in the game. So on to the next thing, troop breakdown. Now you can see I have tier 6 troops. If you look at them, they have much more health. They have 34 health, 27 attack, 26 defense. Then if you look at the tier 1, it's 10 health, 8 defense, 8 attack. So you're probably asking, why the hell do I have tier 1? This is because of the meat shield, of needing to have a meat shield. So if we look at that earlier situation where, I'm getting attacked now. So if someone attacks my keep and, all my soldiers are wounded or die, then what will happen is my tier 6 will go to the my healing tents first. So my healing tents will fill up with all my tier 6s, and all my tier 1s instead will die. So by having a meat shield of low tier troops like tier 1s or tier 2s or whatever, then that actually saves your higher tier troops from dying and instead gets them sent to your healing tents, while your lower tier troops take the brunt of the attack and actually end up dying. So that is why you have a meat shield. You basically just have it to preserve your higher tier troops from death, because they cost a lot more to heal as well as a lot more to retrain. So that is how meat shields and, well, yeah, meat shields work. Now we're going to talk about gear stats. So a lot of you guys I've seen, especially new players, they don't bother with gear, or they just have a bunch of level like low level common gear. So basically what I would recommend is, when you're starting, just save your stuff until you can craft level 10 gear and go for at least blue rarity or above, because common and green are basically not worth it. So common and uncommon not worth it. Go for blue, purple, orange, or of course legendary, because they have the best stats. Now if you don't want to craft level 10 gear and you do want to craft higher level, then higher levels at lower rarities actually do give slightly better bonuses than lower rarities or lower levels at higher rarities. So let's just say this is a level 10 golden bolton leather that gives me like plus 5.796% infantry health and defense. If I had the same thing and it was a green but it was level 20, it would probably give me a lot more health and defense. So yeah. And now for different stuff. So my fourth loadout, as you can see, is a healing loadout. So this helps me reduce my healing costs when my troops get injured. So instead of paying 5 million in food to heal, it will cost me maybe 1 million or 2 million. This is dragon research, so it costs me less stuff when I'm doing research that regards my dragon, as well as feeding my dragon I get a higher bonus. And my number 2 is march size and march speed. So when I send marches out, they go a lot quicker and they come back a lot quicker, and I can send a lot more troops. And this is just my main combat loadout. So that's another thing you need to look at, your loadouts and stuff. Now we shall go into how to join alliances. A lot of people don't really know how alliances work. So if you go here, bottom right of your screen, you see a flag. So in the beginning of the game, you will be able to actually join an alliance, but obviously I'm already the leader of an alliance, so I can't show you that. But what you have, and these are two very important things. So you have your gifts. So when you go to gifts, if you are part of alliance and someone buys a pack from the store, you will automatically be sent a gift. So you can then collect your gifts here. And another thing is auto accept bannerman on or off. So a lot of you guys probably just want to get bannerman, but getting a whole bunch of weak bannerman is really not worth it. So having this open is really bad, because then you can also get spies from bigger alliances or from other alliances joining your alliance and spying on your chats and seeing what you guys are planning. So make sure when you start the game, you come here and you turn off auto accept bannerman. If it's on red, no one can join me. So even though I have an open slot, nobody can just join it without first requesting and me accepting it. So that is just basically alliances, and you can either create your own alliance or you can join someone else's. When you do come here first and you're not part of any alliance, it will say liege finder. So even now it will say searching for potential lieges, and then if I wait, it will try find me a person that has open bannerman slots that I could join. So that's just your liege finder. Then if you look in at your alliance members, so it doesn't matter whether you're part of an alliance or you're the leader of an alliance. If you go here, you will see the leader of your alliance, he's bannerman, they're bannerman, and you'll basically just see how all the members in your alliance. If you want to just look at your own banners, then you can say my bannerman, and it'll show you people under you or under a certain person. So that's just how my bannerman works. And then this is just when you're buying stuff from the store, and those packs are sent to your alliance members. If you want it to be anonymous, you just turn this on and they won't know who bought a pack and whose gift was sent. If you want them to know it was you, you can just turn it off like that. So yeah. Now another thing we are going to talk about is when you're getting attacked. So if you're getting attacked and, well, you're going to get destroyed. When you're attacked and your keep or your wall is zeroed, so my wall at the moment is full health, 25,000 health, but if that drops to 0 during an attack, then the game, you will automatically be teleported away and you'll be given a full 24-hour bubble, which means no one can attack you for 24 hours. So that's just, if you're getting attacked and you're scared about, just guys destroying everything, eventually once they break your wall, you will be teleported away and you will have a bubble, even if you still have resources or troops left. So that's just how, that's just what happens when you get zeroed. Now we have our rally grounds and the training yard. So the training yard, this increases your march size along with your keep. So keep also increases march size. March size is how many soldiers you can actually send in a single march. So that is also something you guys need to look at, because having a bigger march means more soldiers, which means more power, which means you can attack higher level targets, etc. And now rallies. So if you guys do want to know, this is just a basic idea on how to do it. But if you guys want to take seats of power, when I first started, I had no idea what I was doing. So when you want to attack it, if you want to attack it with your allies, then you will click on it. For me, it doesn't show, obviously, because this is mine, and then you'll have the chance to rally it. So when you create a rally, it shows up on the side, and anyone else in your alliance can then decide to reinforce your rally, which means they will send troops that join you on the attack. So that's just how rallies work. And then we also have alliance chat and kingdom chat, which I'm not going to go into because then I'm probably going to be drawn into a conversation. So yeah, now for how your dragon works. When you go to your dragon and you first start off, it'll be an egg. So to hatch your egg, you just like feed it wood, and eventually after doing that for a certain amount of time, it will hatch. It took me about a week, I think, to hatch. And then I didn't have enough dragon lore. Dragon lore is like knowledge on dragons that you're going to need to actually hatch the egg and then upgrade at different levels. And then once your dragon is an actual dragon, you're going to start feeding it food. And yeah, but before we get into that, well, you're going to feed it food and the food will help it level up. Like I have 10 feeds already, but I'm just waiting for my dragon research to finish before I can actually continue feeding it. Now, let's talk about actually, upgrading buildings, feeding your dragon and stuff. So if you want to do like a bunch of dragon feeds and you have extra dragon feeds as well as good quality food, so that would be your purple food, your orange food, and your legendary food, I would suggest do not feed your dragon anything better than blue, or even some people don't even want to feed blue, they only feed green food before events. When you have an event, like a dragon event or an event that just deals with whatever you're trying to do, that is when you start feeding the higher quality stuff or start doing that. So for example, when upgrading your dragon, you wait for the red messenger event, which actually rewards you for feeding your dragon. So you'll be getting gold and wood and food boxes just for feeding your dragon. So that is the time to use all your bonus feeds up, as well as using up all your high quality food. The same thing can be said for buildings and for upgrading your buildings. So when you have the upgrade event come, then you can upgrade your buildings and you will get points. So your farms, your sawmills, your mines and stuff, they don't give much points. So that is what you should be upgrading when there's no event on. And then once the building event starts, that's when you upgrade all your barracks, your stables, your keep, your maester tower, your scout towers, and everything like that, as you will earn a ton of gold for it as well as points. And the points will also, you'll earn points, and from the points, when you reach certain tiers, you'll unlock certain chests that give you different rewards, from gold to soldier pine, bricks, food, stone, etc. So that's another thing. Do stuff during events. Upgrade your keep and do enhancements during a building event. Feed your dragon during a dragon feeding event. Do your big research stuff that give you a lot of points during your research event. So for me, I mainly do advanced military or stuff like that, the stuff that don't really give much points during research events when there is no event. And then once the research event starts, I do the high value point stuff like economy. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys enjoyed all the stuff that I told you about, and if this does help you in any way, then please do drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you guys think I left out something, or if you guys would like to know more about a certain subject that I touched on but you didn't fully understand, then please let me know down below in the comment section, or join my Discord server and speak to me there. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.